sure.
And let us know how long you've been working here and what you do here and stuff.
Okay, well, my name is Omar Barreto, and I have been teaching for 20 years.
Okay, my name is Vicky. I've been teaching here at Interlingua for 14 years. Before I taught in two other schools, but for a shorter time.
Where are you from?
Well, I was born in California.
Okay, cool.
Sorry. Well, my name is Asad, and actually I've been starting teaching for 2 months, right? 3?
No, it's going to be the third one.
The third one. Yes,
She's
actually.
my console.
Ah,
Yes.
cool.
I'm
So
just
you're very new to teaching.
Yes.
How are you finding it?
Really cool.
Yeah?
Yes, I love it.
Okay, that's actually cool.
Okay, well, my name is Rebecca Ramirez. I'm 24. I've been teaching at this school for almost 6 months. Before that, I was a private teacher. I gave classes at my house
Okay.
for a year, a bit more than a year.
Teaching English or any other language here in Mexico is that we have one thing that I think not many countries have, which is we have the tendency to look at foreigners as something new and something exciting, and it's very, very nice because sometimes it's a good experience. I mean, I have seen it with foreign teachers or native speakers who are visiting the country, and they feel very welcome because we have this characteristic. I don't know if it's only from Mexico because I have never been to other country, but I don't know if it's only a Mexican characteristic, which they are very. I mean, they open their arms and welcome the foreigners.
Yeah.
And because we are excited about it. I mean, I don't know if you have noticed or you have had experience.
Okay, so ladies, any advice you could give, or maybe things that you wish you had been told or know before you started teaching? No matter how small.
First, okay. Well, something that I've learned is that you will never be prepared for the things because everything can change. And also, something that I've learned also is like be yourself. I mean, you don't have to be strict and you don't have to know everything. Just be yourself, relax. There are also people, and they're here to, learn as well as you. So just be open.
They're going to know when you're not being authentic.
Exactly.
And it makes you more nervous when you're trying to portray something.
Exactly.
Well, what I've learned is that you have to, we can say, let the students some activities that they're really interested in. Because they say, let's do a reading, but sometimes they are not interested in the reading and like, oh, this is boring. So you have to make the students interact with you. Not just be the one that is going to be lecturing the students, but they have to participate. Move around, have them use the structure, but in a fun way that they feel that they're learning, and then they can, little by little, without even thinking, express themselves. And of course, you have to be on the top always to see the necessities of each student, because you will always have mixed ability groups. So it says, okay, this is student, probably I explain it, everybody pretends to understand, but then they say that one student cannot use it because he feels that if he says that he didn't understand, then the other will come on, it's so easy. So you have to be very, very sensitive to see what are the needs of the particular needs. Not the group needs, but very, very specific about the needs of each particular student.
Well, one is relax, because I used to get so nervous, like my first weeks just getting inside the classroom, and they're all staring at you and they're expecting for you to have all the answers, so that it can be very nerve-wracking.
It's hard to imagine when you first train as a teacher or first become a teacher to imagine that you're ever going to relax in front of a group of people, though, isn't it?
Yes.
But then it becomes second nature.
Yes, and then once you get to know your students, they're people just like you, and you can have conversations with them. And also, take your time doing the activities, because you have this list of everything that you have to do, all of the topics. And my first weeks, the class used to go by like this because I was rushing
Yeah.
through everything. But now I take my time to explain, to give an example, to actually listen to them,
Set it up.
and not be
properly.
like, we have to get this done.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
mhm.
Actually, I think
So
I'm
that
guilty of
not
doing that.
rushing. Yes. Now sometimes I feel that I don't have enough time.
Yeah.
But before it was like,
An activity properly.
Mhm.
Like you said, so show an example,
yes.
etc. Because so many times I've done activities, said, okay, get on with it because I've been a bit nervous or wanted to get on to the next thing, and then they've all been like, we don't understand,
Yeah,
or
what are we
are we
supposed
doing
to-
this
Yeah.
like 20 minutes after the activity started? So it's like,
Yes.
God.
And it's also better if the example is something that's true about
Yeah.
you,
yeah,
something that you really believe. Because another thing that I used to do is make up stories, like
yeah,
to practice like the specific tense that
Yeah.
we had to practice during that class.
yeah.
I'm like, no, I can actually
Yeah.
talk about myself,
Yeah.
and
And it's so much easier for you as well.
yes.
My student actually too. She was working for the United Nations.
No way.
Yeah, so it was so
That's incredible.
yeah, and to know that I was part of that,
Yeah.
it makes me feel kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't know how much or what level you're going to reach with your students. I mean, obviously, it's their goals and their aims,
Yeah.
but you are part of it,
Yeah.
and you are just there for them to achieve those.
Well, definitely I would recommend them to go to Tlaquepaque, which is a very touristical place, even though there is some people don't go because they find it like, oh, like that's classical, but there's a museum called El Refugio, where they have very interesting exhibitions. You have to be informed what exhibition they're showing. Place. And Tequila take the train they call Tequila tour.
I've
something
heard about
like
this
that.
train. It's pretty
Uh-huh.
good. Yeah.
Exactly. And
Is it like a party train?
yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
and that's why it's pretty good.
Another way to get there, and it's a little bit cheaper, is drive there, take the bus to Tequila, and
So
then
close,
you can
right?
take a local tour. It's like an hour or something like that, or
Okay.
less than an hour. But you find it a little bit cheaper if you take your car or another type of bus, and over there you pay for the local tour.
Yeah. How much do you think that train tour is?
It's like 1,000 and something. But it includes everything. They take you to one of the factories. They show you all the process of tequila, and the food is already included. And there's mariachi and folkloric dances that you get to
It's
see.
like the
So-
lifting experience.
Mhm. Yeah, it is quite good.
What was the area that you were just talking about?
Medrano is an area for shopping,
Okay.
and it's an area which is not very well known because locals know this area, and it's close to Revolution Avenue, and it's an area for shopping, cheap, very cheap, like in San Juan de Dios, and probably you will find cheaper things there.
Okay. Cool.
It's especially clothes. Clothes. I mean, if you're interested in clothes, that's the area that you should go. But it's lots of people. You can have flea markets crossing the streets also. So it's a very commercial area, and you can find lots of things there too.
Well, actually, I'm not that kind of a tourist, but something that I really like is a place that is called Cerro del Tesoro, and it's a mountain kind of place like that. But the view is all over the city, and there's a restaurant there
In Guadalajara.
in Guadalajara. Yes, and there's a restaurant there that is called the View of Guadalajara. And it's kind of like a special place. You can see Guadalajara, you can meet people and all the stuff. Yes, it's quite good.
Okay,
I
like
can visit too.
to
Anyway.
eat and
To
drink.
eat. Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
Well, have you heard of Mercado Mexico? It's a
Kind of San Juan.
okay, yes, that's more of a traditional market where you can find everything.
Yeah.
But this one is food market.
Okay.
So it's like you can find pizza, hot dogs, hamburgers, vegan options,
Amazing.
salads. There's even artisanal beer,
Okay.
things like that.